Hello and welcome in today's edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. And I am pleased to welcome you into a beautiful Monday afternoon. We are about 4 hours removed from Arizona State concluding their opening day of the final week of fall camp ahead of this August 30th season opener against Northern Arizona. And the 11th ranked Sun Devils continue to largely impress during fall camp. They've really only had 1 maybe 2 days tops of inconsistent work during fall camp, and that's roughly been it's been around 20 practices. It's been very clean. The depth is showing at pretty much every position. The coaching is obviously leaving a mark at pretty much every position. Arizona State's coaching staff is really flexing their chops as one of the premier ones in college football. And before we start today's episode with the full practice report from Monday, I want to take a minute to shout out Jordan Tyson, who got selected as a preseason All-American first team wide receiver alongside Ohio State's Jeremiah Smith and Alabama's Ryan Williams. We all know that Tyson is among the elite at the position, and it's very well deserved. I had a chance to talk to Jordan for an exclusive interview on SI. You can look it up if you'd like after the conclusion of this video. Uh, Probably just look up ASU on SI Jordan Tyson interview and should show up on the whatever search engine you're using. But Tyson was an extremely great interview. He was very engaged. He was very interested. He gave good answers, and he's just a nice kid in general. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to watching him dominate once again this season after being an all Big 12 second team selection a year ago. So yeah, let's get into today's episode. Full swing. Like I said, this is the first practice, the final week of fall camp. I believe the schedule lends to fall camp ending on Wednesday, so 2 more days of practice for us to observe ahead of the season opener. And I had some standouts. The two position groups that really stood out to me were the DBs and the tight end position group on Monday. Uh, for DBs in specific, I really wanted to shout out Nyland Green and Montana Warren. I will get to them momentarily. I also wanted to shout out Zach Swanson, who, per my knowledge, this is the first time he's really participated in live action drills where offense and defense were involved since he suffered a foot injury in April during spring practices. So shout out to him. He also got a very nice tipped ball at the line of scrimmage on a ball that was delivered by Sam Levitt, and it's great to see Zach Swanson back. He is going to be a major player in Deron Reynolds' defensive line group. I also want to shout out the tight end position group as a whole, and the tight end group is just looking absolutely superb. Jason Mons, as many of you know, he's an Arizona high school football legend. Won 8 state titles, I believe, with Saguaro, and he has done an incredible job with this group. From what I witnessed, just from my eyes, my vantage point, Cameron Harpole, Kamari Anderson, and AJ Ia all secured touchdowns, and obviously Shimon Mateer is as solid as they come. He's still impressing. He is the unquestioned starter in that group. All Big 12 selection a season ago himself. Kamari Anderson, I actually observed, scored a pair of touchdowns, and his connection with Sam Levitt continues to be absolutely extraordinary. I am very impressed with the Kentucky transfer. I think he just needed an opportunity, and he might be the second string tight end. They might try and utilize him in some 12-man personnel alongside Mateer. Who knows what'll happen? Uh, the tight end group is just awesome, and Kenny Dillingham has been very adamant about this group being a special one. So maybe that is the deepest and best position group pound for pound on the Sun Devil offense. We'll see what happens. Before I go into more detail about the rest of the team, I also wanted to mention that scouts from the 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals were in attendance today. Uh, I believe I saw Marvin Lewis there as well. As we know, longtime Cincinnati Bengals head coach. He was close a close associate of Herm Edwards and was on the Arizona State staff during those years. And I believe he was on the staff during Kenny Dillingham's first year as well. So he stayed connected to the program even though he's no longer officially a part of it. And that's just a really cool thing to see. What else do I want? Going back to the cornerbacks and the defensive back room, Nyland Green, Montana Warren, and Rodney Bimage were all really, really impressive during practice today. Montana Warren secured a pick six in the early parts of the offense-defense scrimmage. That was an incredible play, and it was a no-doubter. He read the play the whole way. He jumped the route, and there was nobody in his way between him and the end zone. So that was awesome to watch. Nyland Green secured an interception off of a tip ball, a ball that he tipped that was contested, and he ended up securing the interception in the end zone. Rodney Bimage secured another very athletic interception in the end zone. So the DBs were very active today, and they were creating a lot of chaos, as Brian Ward defenses tend to do. Sam Levitt made some impressive throws as per usual. In particular, I noticed the throw he made about 25 yards out to Malik McClain down the seam. That was a very nice throw. And the most impressive throw of the day that I saw him make was a back shoulder fade to Jordan Tyson. I want to say it was probably about a 20-yard throw to the very corner of the right side of the end zone. Tyson made an incredible catch over Keith Abney. That was probably the highlight play of practice, if I'm being completely honest. And I also wanted to talk about the basketball hoop being set up on the field during practice. This was something that is just so on brand for Coach Dillingham. He had the support staff bring out an entire basketball hoop set to 10 feet, and during the middle of practice, all the position groups congregated in the end zone area. He basically had them play a game of knockout speed, whatever you want to call it. Each position group got to choose a player to represent them in the match, and the winning team, as per Dillingham, got to choose the music that gets played during practice for an entire week. And the defensive back group ended up prevailing, but it was very spirited. It was very lively. Everybody was engaged, from the players to the coaches to the media to the support staff. And that just is a testament to the culture being extremely positive, to being extremely interconnected. And that really is just a microcosm of what Kenny Dillingham has cultivated during his time in Tempe. And I could not be more excited to cover this team. The vibes are phenomenal. The team is talented, and I have been very, very impressed on a consistent basis with what I've seen during practice. That is really all I have for today. Before we depart, I just want to thank each and every one of you once again. I really do not do it enough, but I still am extremely grateful for each and every one of you that supports me and has supported me along the way, who might support me in the future. It means the world to me, and I will see you tomorrow.